Hello YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we've got an unboxing. This package came from Crafted. Really good guy, and check him out. He's got a good channel. He does 3D printing. He works with an Atlas lathe. He dabbles in just about everything. So I've already cut this, and I realized I had to do an unboxing, so I just left it the way it was and got ready to open it. So you guys are going to see this firsthand. Hope there ain't nothing in here that he don't want showed. He definitely. All right. Now we got it open finally. My God, Crafted. You definitely didn't want them to. You made this definitely shock resistant, didn't you? This is a man who knows USPS very well. Yes, indeed, he does know USPS and the way they work. Wow. What did you rob all the neighbors' paper too? Oh wow. A little bit of everything in here. Alright. Well, first up we have a Parbond 300 30-minute epoxy adhesive, part A, so there must be a part B, yes. Part B, we got a part A and a part B. I don't know what this is, but I know it's epoxy, but guess I'll find out what this stuff will do. But he sent those, and I guess you would say that this is, I don't know if it's viewer appreciation or if it's, I don't know what you would call this, or just a YouTuber helping another YouTuber out. Alright, and then next, let me get my eyeglasses here. Wearing glasses and still got to use this. Oh, this is in Chinese. Epoxy adhesive. So there must be a B to that one too. Let's cut. Alright. Then we've got some little magnets. 5/16 magnets. Those will work. Got a little package of magnets. I better not sit that on my laptop. Alright. Now I just went and bought some solid brass tubing, but he sent a assortment of brass tubing. which would be a really cool thing to use for little small bushings, or heck, I believe you can even use them for wind chimes. Alright, now this here is supposed to be spring material, I think. Yeah, spring material, and I just watched somebody else working with this. He's building a gun on YouTube. Now that feels like aluminum. Maybe it's aluminum spring material, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Tubing. Feels like maybe plastic. So I don't know what crafted. Tell me what that is, that white plastic tubing. Kind of looks like something you'd have on a WD-40 can, but I'm sure it's not what it is. Alright, then we've got, looks to me like 5/8 shaft, but you know what? When I get that other mandrel, I think I'm going to try to make another one and copy the one that I received. See how well that works. Alright, that's just a piece of steel, and then here's another piece of steel. And another piece of steel with some Lay's Chevys scrap box. That'll go in the scrap for the junk man. Yeah, these would be nice little pieces to make things out of. And we got another one here. That one's almost already. I bet he's already made a mandrel, and that's what that is. I'm gonna have to measure and see if one of these is just a hair bigger than the other. Another piece of steel. I guess that's a mandrel, I'm thinking. Alright, we got some shrink wrap and some Velcro. Yeah, all Velcro. Yeah, I got a bunch of that stuff sticking all over the place around here. Alright. Then we got some more of this, I guess, spring material. Actually, I think this is the spring material. That might just be metal rods, aluminum rod, some aluminum tubing. There's the part B to the other epoxy. I'll have to find out what the capabilities of that is. Velcro straps for hooking up, you know, pinning up wiring and tubes or whatever you want to pin up. You got that, different colors. I can use those in my computers for making it look nice and neat. So cool, thank you, Crafted. And then some various, another piece of that tubing, I don't know what it is. Another bunch of these rods. I'm pretty sure this is the spring rod. I'm not sure about this. It might be spring rod and it's just a different size. So that'll work for something. Alright, that's it for that one. Then we have coffee to get us through this wonderful day. I'm going to tell you, you don't hear that coming out of my mouth very often. Wonderful and, well, day always comes up. But wonderful doesn't ever come up in my life. Pretty good day today for me. Dog up in a good mood. Now we got a blue package here. We're going to open it and see what's in it. I'm just going to dump this out. Like a kid on Christmas. I'm saving the best for last, that's why I'm hiding it behind here. Alright. We got some plastic blocks. Those will come in handy for something, I'm sure. We got some more of this tubing, aluminum tubing. And some solid, well, no, it's got something in it, but it's all tubing. Little bracket, I got a whole bunch of those, and that'll work for some kind of a mount. You can put something on this with either screws or two-sided tape, and because it's got these little ears on it, you can make your little slide thing so it just slides down into, and it's got them little nipples on it that it can tighten up in the slot. So that's a nice little thing to have. Not sure what this is. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. So, Crafted, when you see this video, tell me what that is. Tell me what that is, and tell me what that is. I got a white piece and I got a clear piece. I'm thinking maybe it has to do with wiring. Kind of looks like some of the tubing I got when I got my wire tubing kit, shrink wrap. So if that's shrink wrap, let me know. Another little solid piece of steel. I'll put that in my little steel bin. He must have been paying attention to my videos and seen my pile of scrap. And this is what it looks like. Stuff like this. That's my go-to bin. That's the one I go to when I can't find it nowhere else. Another little strip of sticky Velcro. Velcro is always a nice thing to have. That's a good thing for pinning up wires and making your work look neat. Nothing like making your work look neat. You know, there's several reasons why you want to make your work neat. First of all, the impression that you put upon somebody is a pretty good feeling to know that somebody looks at your stuff and says, wow. I live for that wow. And, you know, I used to get that a lot. I don't get that very much anymore because I think I'm just getting a little bit wore out and tired of the wow, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, this looks like a really tiny lead screw. Yeah, it's a little, that could be made into a little tiny lead screw, or it could be, I can make, it's just all thread, little tiny all thread. And we got some little plate material. Another little piece of plate. And it looks like it used to be a different shape. And it was hammered out. Alright, and then another solid piece of metal. And the rest of it's just various tubing. Yeah, these will be cool things to use. I'll have to get me another bin, put all this stuff in. Oh, that's tiny tubing. Alright. Then we have a little container with some what appears to be taps. I knew these were coming. Now if I can just figure out how to get them out of there. I'm just going to rip them out of there. Alright, we have number 43. Oh, that's the size I use for drill bit. So I don't know what size this is. It says 440, but I think that's what the material or what it's made out of. Could be wrong. And then we've got, and that's a little one. Then we've got oh, I hate when these companies do this. They just print it on and you can't tell what it is. I think it's a 1032. I got a bunch of those I can't even use because, I mean, I can use them. I just have to spend a little extra time trying to figure out what they are before I use them. By using I got one of them, and I need to do a video on that too. It's one of those that you would find in a parts store, like Advance or something like that, next to the bolt bin that you can take and thread your bolt on or your nut, and then it's got a male and a female for each size. And mine is a little different. It hangs on a cord and has a hole drilled through every one of them, and it goes through that cord, and you can take your nut and test what thread it is on the male side, and then on the female side you can take your bolt and check to see what the thread and thread pitch and size is on it. Pretty handy tool. I keep it near the drill and use it faithfully. But we got 5 tiny taps. Still like to know what that is. And then we've got the piece I've been waiting on. Crafted was good enough to print this out for me. I drew the design up and just made a cylinder, and then he went and shaped it and made this for my Harbor Freight mill. And he printed it out on the 3D printer, and then it's got these knockouts in it. It had to have a bridge in order to do this part up here. And he printed his name on it, and I'm hoping that I can keep that, because I got to trim some of this down, and this is where my DRO, the bottom of my DRO is going to ride. And then I'll just kind of chamfer the edges of it And I kind of like the fact that it's got ridges on it. It kind of gives it a rough texture. And this here will mount my DRO on the Harbor Freight mill. And I sat and watched him on Tinkercad draw this up, and he was working with the file and I was viewing the file on Tinkercad, and every time he'd make a step I would just refresh the screen and you could see where things moved around, some of the parts that he used to put this together with, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So that's the way you can collaborate online in Tinkercad and be texting at the same time, and you can actually be, you don't have to be right next to each other to actually work on this together. So we collaborated on this pretty good, and I was happy to see how it turned out. Now we just got to break all these pieces out of the holes and go get some bolts, and I'm going to Lowe's today to get my stuff for the bathroom. I got to rebuild my bathroom, so that's going to be another upcoming video. Rebuilding our bathroom. We got to take the tub out and the shower surround, take the wall out in the bath or behind the tub, and fix the floor, because every time you fill it up with water the tub falls a ½ inch. And finally got them to recognize that we had a problem. So we're going to video that, not only to give me another video, but as my proof. What I see, you see. So anyway, we're going to start working on this evening and see if we can't get this DRO on the Harbor Freight mill. I hope this was an enjoyable video and informative. I'm sure something here taught somebody something. I'm hoping I get taught something, because I'd like to know what this is. It looks like something. Let me try to make a guess of what it is. It kind of looks like something that would be hitting a switch. Like an arm that, you know, intermittently hits a switch or something like that, and it was mounted to a spring. I don't know. We'll find out if my guess is right. It's probably something simple, and I'm not thinking of it right now. Anyway, there is my unboxing at the Bison Workshop, and you guys have a good one. Later.